Hi, and welcome to the Low Level Devil channel. This will be the first in a series of videos on developing on the Raspberry Pi Pico microcontroller using C and the SDK. This first video will be a quick simple introduction to installing the SDK so we can get running on some more interesting projects. So let's get started. So first I'm going to install this in the /opt directory. So I'm just going to cd to /opt, and you'll have to have write permissions to it, of course. So I'm going to git clone the repository for the SDK, and I'll put any of these links in the description. So now that we have the Pico SDK in opt/Pico SDK, here's the files for it and everything. Now the first thing that we're going to need to do is set up our environment to use this directory. So we have opt-Pico SDK. So to set up our environment, we just simply edit the .bashrc. I'm just going to go to the end of it here and export Pico _SDK _path equals opt Pico SDK. And then I'm going to source that file so it reloads. So now I would be able to use the SDK, but first we'll need a couple other things like cmake. You can see I don't have cmake installed currently, so I'm going to use my package manager to install it, which is called pacman. I'll put some other commands for Debian-based installs as well, so you can install it on your own distro if you're not using the same one I use. So now let's go to the Getting Started PDF. I'll paste that link in the description as well. So there's a couple things that we'll need to do. You also want to make sure you have a GCC for ARM installed. If you're using Ubuntu, then those ones there will work. I'll put them in the description. My distro uses pacman here. Let me speed up here. There's the right name. Okay, so then this will install the actual cross compiler because we need to build for the ARM processor that the Pico runs. Okay, and these next couple repositories are optional. You can install the examples, but I'll put the link to all of them in the description. So there's examples that you can install, and there is also extras, which are things that haven't made it to the SDK yet. And there's also something called the playground, which I've never used personally, but you can install them all. I'm putting them all in opt, but the only one you really need is the SDK. So after those are downloaded, let's go to Pico SDK. So in each of these repositories, you're going to want to run the command git submodule update -- init, and that will update some of the submodules that are needed. Now not all of them will need to run that command, but you might as well go through each of them just to make sure there isn't anything that needs to be initialized. Some of them will take a little longer than others, but I'm going to fast forward through them here. And the last one is the playground, and it looks like that didn't have any. So now we want to also set up those paths in our bashrc as well, if you actually want to download those, which you don't need to. So one for examples, and the name of the variable follows the exact same pattern here, Pico _name _path. So for each of those we have SDK, examples, extras, and playground. So then just save that, and again source it to reload it. Spell it right. So now you should really be able to see these are all the separate directories I have under op now. So now you should be able to actually go in examples, and if you want to try building some of them. So if we look here, these are all the example that we can play around with. For the purpose of this, I'll do a couple. So let me go, I'll make in a build directory, cd into that build directory, and then you'll run cmake ... So, and as you'll see, it says all build files are written, so that created new directories inside there for each of them. So I'm going to cd into the blank one, and now you can see I'm in /build/blank. So now everything there is ready to be compiled, so I can just run make. And there we go. So inside this directory there is a file with the extension uf2. You see blink.uf2. This is what you need to copy over to your mounted Raspberry Pi Pico. And if you don't know how to mount it, you just hold in the reset button when you insert it, and it should automatically get loaded as a USB drive. So then I can copy the file over to the location of the mount, run media rply, and it should be rpi-rpi2. Actually the wrong file, blink.uf2 is the one we want to copy. Now when you copy that over, it's actually going to unmount the USB immediately and then restart it with the USB serial enabled if you have that enabled in your project. In this one it doesn't have it enabled, but right after you copy it you should start to see the green light flashing on the Pico, which I'm not going to bother showing here. So what I'm actually going to do is move to a different project, one that uses the USB for serial output. Instead of the UART, you can use UART or USB, but I'm going to use the USB in this particular example, and that one is the Hello World. So if you see the directory Hello World in here, I CD'd back and I'm going to go to CD Hello World, look in there, and everything's ready to actually, yeah, we'll make it here. So we should be able to run make. Okay, make, and now it's building. Almost done. Okay, so now in the USB directory, we cd into USB. So there's one for serial and one for USB. So cd into USB, and here we'll have the uf2 file. So we can copy hello usb.uf2 over to our Raspberry Pi mount. Oh, looks like I need to remount it. Mount. Okay, so now it unmounts, and what I can do is use the screen command. First I want to find the USB drive. Let's see if I grep USB and dev. I don't see it. So let me run dmessage. If I run dmessage, that should show me the name of the device that got loaded. Alright, so let's try it again real quick. Oops, gotta use sudo. And here you go, TTY-ACM0, USB ACM device. So that's the device we need to run screen against. So we can run sudo screen /dev/TTY-ACM0 115/200 is the speed for it. And there you go, it's printing out hello world over and over again as the sample does. So that's just a quick intro to this. I just wanted to do a short video to show you how to get your system set up so we can start playing around with some different projects with the Raspberry Pi Pico. The first project's actually going to be connecting it to a 6502 processor, which if you're not familiar with that, that's the same processor that's used in the several things, the Atari and the Nintendo NES and many other systems. So we'll play around with connecting that, but we'll do that in the next video. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching.